All right, all right. So before we get to analytics and measurements and everything else that I talked about in Module 6 that we're going to talk about next, let's talk about AI in digital marketing, first of all, because for you as the modern marketer, now, last year, when I'm thinking of my marketing strategies, all of these strategies are coming from my mind. They're coming from my head. I'm sitting down, I'm drafting my plan, I'm going through a creative process. But now it's like AI has done all of us a disservice, where you don't have a choice but to just most of the time, you're not even allowed to think on your own anymore. Okay, you're having to rely on AI because that's the next best thing. Now I'm playing with this. Do not mind me. Think there's a way I can undo. Yes, let's get rid of that. Okay, so now how do you go through the research process for your optimizing and how do you still maintain your creativity even in this AI age? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So where AI fits, research and content, optimization and insights, tools overview, what tools do I recommend you using, ethical use, and then where to incorporate your, of course, your humanness. So now, where does AI fit in marketing workflows? Okay. I mean, most of you probably would have realized at this point that my presentation slides were generated using AI. You may not know the exact AI tool, but it was. This is a good way to use AI to help you make sure you work faster. Otherwise, I would have spent hours creating these slides in Canva. Okay. There's still certain things that AI cannot do for me because if you remember the very first module, module 0, the slides look different because AI could not just put that together for me and I didn't trust it to do that. So I did it myself. Right. And that's where the human part comes in play. It's like you knowing the limitations of AI. I'm sure some people may still be able to work around it, but I just didn't think it would put it together the way I had it in my mind, if that makes sense. So where does AI fit in your creative workflow? In the discovery process, when you're doing AI is good for research because it's able to pull resources together quickly and get you what you need fast. So you could use it for audience research to help you even spot trend, which I don't think it would do a good job with it because most of the AI platforms, it takes time for them to start understanding what's going on. They're not like, they don't operate in real time. Okay. But you could use it for research. It is excellent when it comes to research. You could also use it to create your copies, your visuals, and campaigns. Now, here's what I'm going to say. There's a particular campaign that I'm working with a client on, and they used AI to show us what the vision of the campaign is. However, a human will still need to design everything. But this is just saying, here's the visual, here's the vision, this is what we project. But we still need a human being to fully design it and make sure that it represents what this visual is saying. You get my point? You could use AI when in the optimization process to run some A/B testing for you to fact check your SEO and see if AI is going to be able to cite your content. Because remember, I told you at this point, our golden win is that AI is citing our content. So you could put it in AI, put it back in AI and be like, will this content be a content that will be cited by AI? If not, why not? And then you tune it from there. And you can even use it to tune up your ad copies. Okay. You could use this for analysis, for insight and reporting. Sometimes I put in like screenshots that I get from Instagram analytics and I tell it to interpret it for me. You could do that too. And you could use it for continuous improvement of your work. But what I want you to take away from this is AI should never replace your workflow. It should only help you get to where you want to get to faster. So remember, every stage benefits from AI, every stage of the creative process, like the discover stage, the creative stage, where you're optimizing, analyzing, and repeating, everything benefits. But the key is knowing where and how to apply it. You cannot let AI fully replace your brain. Your brain is beautiful. You think about things and you think of things, and you're so creative in your mind that AI cannot replace that. So don't let yourself be too carried away with the AI um with AI that we have everywhere that now you cannot think on your own anymore. Okay. So when you're using AI for research, once again, know your audience before you write a single word. And you remember, we have a formula. There's a formula that I shared with you guys for whenever you're using AI platforms. I shared with you how you need to prompt it. Don't forget that. So for the research process, AI, you could use it to help you identify audience pain points and questions, to spot trending keywords and topics, to analyze competitor messaging, which means you have to tell it who your competitors are. You cannot just allow it to assume that for you, okay? Summarize large volumes of data fast and generate survey questions and interview prompt. Now, what tools can you use for this? Answer the Public is like my go-to number one. Answer the Public has an AI component now. It could help you get the job done faster. Even before the AI components came, that was my best tool for research, honestly. Then you have ChatGPT, you have Claude, you have Google Trends, you have Spark Toro. That one I've not used it, but you see the first four. Google, I've used mainly the first three, okay, very much. And I trust them when it comes to research. Then the next step is for content creation. Now, for content creation, it's helping you write design. I don't trust AI design. Okay. If anything, what when in design, what I've used AI for is to give me an idea of what the content should look like, and then I design it myself on Canva. Okay, and I make it better because again, the design that AI has given me so far, they're just so basic, and I'm like, nah, this does not represent me in any way, shape, or form. Okay, but you can use it in your draft, okay, of your blog posts, of your captions, your email subject lines, your ad copy variation. I use it a lot for product descriptions because it's helpful for that. Not for a full blog post, maybe for like sections of it. It could help you if you're experiencing writer's block. For the design, again, give you an idea of what the visual should look like. Image editing prompts, I use it for that too. Like, what can I improve on? What can I improve? And then brand consistent graphics, Canva AI magic tools. Yeah, you could use Canva AI too. And then repurposing content, it could help you turn a particular blog post into social posts. Excellent way to use AI to turn your videos into captions, to turn your webinars into newsletters, one piece of content into many formats. It's very good with that. Remember, your tip here is AI draft first. You refine and you add your brand voice. I cannot emphasize this enough. Now, how do you use AI for optimization and insights? I've said it earlier. It could help you generate keyword clusters, so different keywords that are similar. Meta descriptions, it can tell you, okay, if you give it this particular topic and you say, oh, I'm writing on this particular topic, what is the content gap? What are you missing? What are you still not writing on? And then it can help you fill those gaps in your content. It could help you generate test variants of your ad or whatever it is that you're testing for faster iteration. And it could tell you which creative or which of your copy is going to perform the best. Okay, so it's like your assistant, really, and that's what it should be. And I have used AI to turn raw data into reports and give me explain data to me. So, for example, whenever I'm creating a report for a client, after putting all the screenshots together, I shared the PowerPoint slide with AI and tell it to generate interpretations of those reports for me, and it does it quickly. So, you see, these are examples of how you can use it. Okay, and I'm giving you real life examples as well. So these are AI tools that I recommend. Remember, I talked about Jasper AI for blog posts earlier. So you have ChatGPT for copywriting, research, and ideation. You have Cloud for long form. Yeah, when it comes to an AI tool that gets your brand voice, it is Cloud. Okay, I don't even trust ChatGPT is too generic for that. Jasper AI for your marketing copy at scale. Canva AI for your graphic design and image generation. Answer the Public for you understanding the kind of content that your audience wants. That's Answer the Public. Midjourney, it's an AI image creation platform. Suffer SEO, it's a content optimization and SEO scoring platform that you can also use. And HubSpot AI, right? And it's for content generation for your email, for your automations. Okay? All right. So Now, let's talk about ethical use, accuracy, and maintaining your brand voice. What I want you to understand is AI is not perfect. Between ChatGPT and Cloud, I prefer Cloud because Cloud has less errors in comparison to ChatGPT, but it doesn't mean that there won't be errors. There are still errors. AI can hallucinate facts. At this point, I think you guys should know that. So always verify your statistic, cross-check your sources, and customize prompts to your tone. Review every output and build a style guide for AI. You could even spend some time creating a style guide. So for every time you're using AI, start by giving it your style guide so it can understand how you work, how you operate, what your brand is all about, and then from there you start prompting. So you have the AI platform as a base to go off of. I think that's one of the best ways for you to use AI. Where you start with your style guide, you understand who you are, and then they start populating outputs that fit and represent who you are. Okay, and remember, disclose AI generated content when necessary, respect copyright and privacy, and avoid misleading audiences. So, your goal is to responsibly use AI and make sure you're using it in a way that it builds trust and it doesn't break trust. Okay, whatever AI produced for these slides that I've been using to teach you, without the AI platform, I can teach you regardless. Okay. If anything, it just helps me to create the slide faster so I can get the videos to you faster. Okay. And for you to also have a clean slide that you guys can always reference. All right. But again, make sure that you're using AI to build trust, but not to break trust. Because one of the ways that you can quickly use AI to break trust is whenever you start spitting information that is incorrect. Now, people don't trust you anymore because the information that you're presenting is inaccurate. Okay. So, human and AI, this is the powerhouse where you, as the human, you're the one coming up with the strategy and big picture. You're the one in charge of the judgment. You're the one who knows the audience. You're the one who understands the emotions. You're the one making all the ethical decisions. You're the creative director. AI is just helping you to get things done quickly. It recognizes patterns. It can easily synthesize data. You can get different variations. And it's always available 24/7. That's the thing. For us humans, we're tired, we need to rest at some point. But together, you can both work faster, smarter, and you produce more creative content. So your content that you're creating in collaboration with AI should never be a dumb format or a dumb um, final project, but it should be an improved version that is excellent. Okay? All right. So remember, use AI as a tool, not a crutch. Use AI to speed up your task, to handle first draft, to explore new angles, to stay curious, but always make sure you're not publishing any content that AI gives you without reviewing first. Always fact check. Make sure that AI understands your brand voice, and may it never, it's a prayer at this point, may it never replace your creativity. You are the marketer, AI is your assistant. That is what I've been telling you all along. Okay? Awesome. So now, how do you integrate AI into your project? You could use it to audit your projects. Like, what is that? What's strong about my project? What is weak? What can I improve? You could do that. It could help you pick the right tool. It could help you whenever you're prompting, right? You could use it for your to get specific with the kind of channel that you're choosing or like your audience persona. It could help you there. Okay. But as you're working on your project, make sure you're selecting the right tool, you're prompting with purpose, you're reviewing and refining, and you're documenting your process. So I have a checklist here for you. You can use AI for audience research. It could help you draft your copy, enhance your visuals, help with your optimization. Make sure you're reviewing it and make sure that your brand voice is preserved. This is your checklist that you can always use as you're working on your final project. Okay. Alrighty. So now, final point, use AI as a tool, not a crutch. Master the tools, keep the judgment, create better marketing. Okay, so now now I'm going to be talking to you about measurements, reporting, and all of that good stuff. Until then, I'll see you again soon.